All right, let's talk about persistence. All right, today that's what we're going to talk about. All right, is being persistent. All right, so the question is, what is persistence? All right, the definition is the fact of continuing in an opinion or a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. All right, so everybody's gone through some type of opposition or difficulty, and I just want to say, be persistent. All right, there's a reason why you want to be persistent. All right, you're gonna come through struggles or trials and tribulations, they call it, and you want to be able to push through it. You want to get past it or get around it. It could be debt. It could be a bully, someone passing away. It could be a lot of different myriad of things. But what you want to do is you want to be persistent. You want to be resilient in a way. Also, when it comes to stuff like this, is you want to continue your course of action. You want to continue what you intend to do, your goals, your aspirations, your daily living. You want to continue a freedom that you've had that was maybe taken away from you. You want to be persistent in attaining something that you don't have maybe. That's why it's important to be persistent, to be resilient, to be able to push past opposition, difference of opinion. You know, if it's from somebody else, having a difference in opinion from yours, you want to be able to be persistent in what you think. And it could probably come off as being arrogant, but what this is that you have a goal in mind. You have a goal in mind. You're not going to quit on yourself, or you're not going to quit on others. Or you want to be persistent in your mind that you're going to accomplish it. All right. It's a constant belief in you. It's like having faith in yourself, consistently believing that you can fucking make it, or you could push past this, or you could make it through whatever down that you're going through in your life. And you want to be persistent or proactive is another word. It's synonymous in this, and not letting yourself get to that point, whether if it's debt or, you know, maybe you had a relationship problem or something like that. You want to be able to be persistent and proactive in that. So even though I don't want to hit the nail on the head too many times and lose you guys, was an example of persistence, right? And I remember telling somebody, yeah, I want to be the president of this club, all right? And they said, you gotta know the right people. You can't just be the president. You got to be at the right locations or this and that. And I was just kind of like thinking like, no, you don't. You just have to keep that in your mind, like what your goals is, and you got to stick to that. You got to believe yourself over somebody else's opinion that you just met, right? So be persistent in thought of what you want to do. What do you want to achieve, right? So that's what it is, man. You basically just want to be persistent in that, right? If you believe you can, all right? You put your mind to it. It is literal fact. You put your mind to it, you can achieve it. It's no like, well, I think I could do it. Nah, you believe you can, all right? If you believe you could pass the hardest course in the fucking world, you can pass it, all right? Excuse my French, all right? You have, or you want to be persistent in what your goal is, whether if it's different from the first goal you have, it's somehow similar to what you want to attain, all right? So it's literally the same. You're persistent in not letting that go, or you're persistent in not letting your goals be spread out among everywhere and stuff like that. So what you have is you have a consistent goal set, and you're persistent in achieving that. All right, whether if it's slow pace or super fast, and you don't believe it, but persistence. Keep that persistence, that proactiveness about it, and you'll be good. So I mean, that's the only thing I want to harp on. Like, make things a habit. Be consistent in what you do. If you train every day, be about that. Train your mind, train your body, train your spirit, all that. You want to be persistent in that because it's adamant and making yourself a better person. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I just want to cast out some recommendations. Maybe nobody have told you before, and I am the one to tell you that being persistent